All right, let's do a collective reading again. What does the collective absolutely need to know? The truth and the truth only. What does the collective absolutely need to know? What does the collective absolutely need to know? The truth and the truth only. What does the collective absolutely need to know? The truth and the truth only. The truth and the truth only. The truth and truth only. Okay. I'll always be there for you, girl. Our nation. Alright, the truth and truth only. What do you need to know? Hi! Alright, this collective is going to be essentially receiving luxuries of life. So this collective is going to be upgraded and you're no longer going to be apologizing for succeeding in life. Like, in the past, you used to maybe feel obligated to apologize to some capacity, but not anymore. And this could be because of the very fierce, intense wisdom that you would, bring to the table with the consultation that you would bring. Also, the past life karma. You have an intensity when it comes to your energy, okay? And it's time for you to enjoy the luxuries of your life by you being able to tap into that inner child, version of yourself. And essentially like going internal and trusting yourself and trusting your intuition and essentially like accepting that you have this piercing, intuition, right? Okay. And moving forward with your creations, okay? You manifest best when you manifest out of love as well, with the power of love here in the 5th house. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. You sacrifice so much. Like, the reason why you have been given access, and I feel like this is a collective that doesn't see all that they have accomplished yet. Like, you're still like on the go. Maybe you're even on a peaceful goal. Maybe you're just kind of going because you're burned out, whatever the case may be, right? But you are this like going, right? Like, you're gonna slow down and realize, right? Or even if you're gonna continue to go, right? Whether you slow down or you don't slow down, like whether you have your days, spirit wants you to take the time. This collective is meant to take the time to really see, like, look at all that you let go of. Look at all that you transmuted. Look at all that you released. Look at all of the growth that was done. Okay, listen to that. Spirit's literally talking. From a bunch of shameless people around you, honestly, I mean, for being quite honest, that made you into kind of like a thuggerella. And that's okay that you turned into, a thug of some sort or a hustler of some sort. It was necessary, in order for you to keep up with this world. And Spirit wants you to pat yourself on the back, or to, really recognize, not just, and if you do recognize, right, like, so there's going to be people that are going to be pulling on your energy here from the past, but it's done. It's not even kind of done. Like, it's super done now, because you are now seeing how much you were really giving in and pouring into other people versus how much they were pouring into you. And you're not, like I said, like, you're not, you're trusting your divinity, you're trusting your femininity, and you're trusting your expression, you're trusting your intuition that is guiding you, even though logic, is telling you to be afraid and blah, blah, blah. but like you have been proving to yourself left and right, up and down, daily, on the daily, how abundant, how magnetic, and the path of least resistance that you're going to finally be going to, you know, your destined blessings that you earn the right to because of the justice work that's coming, you know, on your behalf, because of the piercing. Why did you give given access to the Akashic records? Well, it's not just so that you would constantly be on burnout or constantly on missions or constantly, you know, in suffering. It was because like just the way that they had access, like the other side, right, had access to this like similar information, or it was translated slightly different. Not like they didn't cross their T's and dot their I's. Like we started crossing our T's and dotting our I's. And we were able to discover, you know, weak points in order to essentially remove, release, and transmute this energy that was holding you back in the first place, right? Not just on a individual level or for some people it's going to be family wounds, right? For some people it's going to be best friends, heavy on the best friends here. You know, it's time for you to start acting like a leader in your career, okay? Whatever that career may be. And you switching it up and understanding that you got to be your own best friend, or the right people are going to be with you at the top, because just like you earned the right to move forward and progress forward, they earned the right to move forward and progress forward. And yeah, we're going to need to defend our stage, right? Our right to be here. But you already know how to do all that because that's not new to you, right? And what spirit wants for you to do is, like, when you act like a leader, they want you to be so immovable, right? You don't actually have to be. You could be like dying on the inside, right? Cancel, clear, reset. You can have anxiety. You can, but they want you to put up, you know, a strong, you know, shield, you know, when you are staring enemies in the eyes, because you're gonna be in a lot of enemy territory, because there's going to be so many people that, you know, they're mad, angry, jealous, you know, upset that you are shining, that you are where you are, you know, and that they didn't make it. And it's not really going to be so much like in the spaces where you're going to be heading towards, because those are blessings. But, you know, it's going to be like the everyday, you know, clients that might come forward. Not every client will be your best client, but that's okay, you know. And you're going to be able to basically find the people that are, you know, want to invest in you, want to believe in you, want to nurture and grow you, versus, you know, the people that say that, but they don't actually mean it, you know. And you're no longer playing with these paradigms anymore. You're no longer playing with these timelines. You're no longer allowing yourself to stay in these limited roles where you are constantly, you know, opposed and ostracized by those communities, and you're saying flat out F no, like you don't have access to me. And there are some people that are so upset, and they're gonna be very stubborn, like they're gonna find a way. But you gotta keep shining, okay? You gotta keep being a leader. You gotta keep showing up. You gotta realize and demonstrate, you know, that this is authentically you, that you're not being performative when you're being you. These people around you, you know, that want to stop you, limit you, prevent you, that try to put their thumb over you, right? They are being performative around you. You're surrounded by performative, you know, caricatures of people, you know, that want to display like good intentions towards you, but it doesn't end up being true. That's not to make you paranoid or anything like that, you know. It's just made you like a very tough like fighter, and it's made you like a warrior of justice, okay? Like you didn't want, this wasn't a wanted power, but you turned your pain into power, and that was through transmutation. And for that, you know, Spirit is saying like you will be in a position where people that want to be able to transmute their pain, you know, can do so too, you know, because you are going to be leaving some sort of a legacy behind, okay, for your, you know, ancestry here. Okay, it's time for the stakes to balance. Where are they balancing specifically for this specific collective? It has to do with finances and your material assets. Okay. For the second, there's a secondary kind of collective here where it's gonna be love. Okay, this could also be a blend. This could also be better relationships, better commitments. You know, you're not getting the shit end of the stick, if you will. You're Spirit's going to not only surprise, you already knew that this was coming, surprise your enemies. They're going to surprise maybe your partner, okay? They could surprise yourself, but you loving yourself, trusting yourself, believing in yourself, and working in balance and harmony with the universe and staying consistent and showing up and keeping your head down and the whole 9 yards, right? With the universe, like, okay, whatever. Like, you continuing to show up and learn your lessons, like, this is what is going to end up giving you that beautiful karmic reward that you deserve. This beautiful karmic, not negative karma, right? And you already know that everything has a cause and effect, everything has a purpose, everything has a meaning. Things that seem meaningless actually end up unraveling big things later on in our lives. Synchronized events that we maybe thought were just like a random side quest that we were doing, and we were journeying for no reason, and we just wanted to go like find mushrooms in the ether, and take off our shoes and find a lagoon and have the water talk to us. That's what we were looking for. But you end up finding out that one event that you had that one time ago, 5 years ago, dang, like still to this day we'll have synchronized events. So I want you to, record and document as much as possible, and remember, train yourself to remember not just what happened February 17th to March 3rd, but the 2 weeks after, leading into today, which is March 16th. Today was the last day that we needed to do any rituals, because Jupiter went direct and Cancer was there and all of these things. And now planets are going to continue to be moving and changing and all that whole 9 yards. Things are officially going direct, switching into Aries and all that stuff. So a lot of movement, a lot of balance. Okay, balance the stakes. Like you've already served and fulfilled your purpose and role, essentially, of obtaining or learning the lesson of painful lessons when it came to friendships or people messing with your material assets or your finances or your wealth, or your luxury or things like that. Blessings that were going to be coming to you, and you're no longer apologizing that you know that you're meant to live a stress-free life because you've worked for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, in your way, work for it, or in Spirit's way, work for it. Not so much in this society's theme of working for it, essentially. Okay, so Mars, and I feel like we are going to be working this in. You're going to be starting to see this in your everyday routine. It's going to be important that you pay attention and take care of your health. That means your emotional health, your spiritual health, your mental health, and your physical health. Not just one or the other. This is final boss energy. The tests are kind of gone. Us anchoring into this reality and us saying that we are these people or this person means we have to show up as this person, as much as we can every day. And kind of get rid of the imposter syndrome. I feel like the collective also needs to incorporate, how are you supposed to be this big baddie, every single day? Well, you can find silly, fun ways to incorporate magic every single day so that you can be reminded of your whimsical self, because that is how you access your inner child. That's how you access your intuition. That's how you access, all these moments is, most people think meditation can be sleepy or boring, but in reality, it's for you to access that idea, tank. If you don't vibe with sitting there and chilling and having it be a relaxing experience, which eventually you will work your way to, like you can eventually like train yourself to get there, right? Another way is for it to be fun, through walking, jogging, through cooking, and letting your mind wander and letting that ADHD freak flab fly, right, type vibe. Okay, but whatever the case may be, like, you're going to be noticing subconscious behaviors, and you're going to be working this into your daily life and into your daily routine. That could be through affirmations, that could be through kitchen, magic, that could be through, oils, that you decide to do, or candles. I don't feel like this collective is going to be relying on candles, even though you've been relying on candles for so long. But that is because I feel like this collective is really going to really understand how much you were activated. And for everyone, that's going to look different. And for some people, not the entire collective, for some people in this collective, you know, that will be like, if you embody the magic, that means that you are the magic. So from you being like doing your own, you know, embodying ritual, okay, that will be for some people. Melly, that's not for you. It's not for you yet. You are getting an upgrade on your candle magic and oils and things like that, but you're not there yet. But you will be there. But you'll start to notice, even though you're not there yet, the power activating inside of you. So for the collective that's not there yet, but you're going to be there, you will notice that sometimes things will manifest, but you don't have complete control of it yet necessarily. Where when you say something, it comes true. There's 3 things you need to do to master it. You need to master your discernment so that you know what was you predicting the future and what was you manifesting. You need to also master alchemy, and you need to master ritual work. Those 3 things need to be mastered before spirit will ordain you in, you know, you being able to manipulate your reality through just voice. So you're almost there. You know, some of us are almost there, and some of us are already all the way there. Okay, so just as a heads up. All right, beautiful. So that's pretty much what this collective needs to be made aware of. The reason why all of this is occurring is because you all know what time of the, you know, space-time continuum it is. It is the ultimate tower moment, okay? All of these synchronicities, all of these access grants, all these overrides, all these, you know, jailbreaks, I guess you could say, in magic. It is for a reason why this is happening. So I need you to, you know, if you want to be like a vigilante, that's fine. More power to you. If you want to be like Deadpool, you know, I can't stop you. But what's it called? I will say that, like, just understand that, you know, these things that are being given, I wouldn't take lightly, because there's always a give and take. Okay? There's always a give and take. And in my experience, and from what I've been seeing with the astrology of what's going on, even with spirit speaking, like mayhem, you know, running rampant, and illusionary work, scammers, and systems of oppression. If you are going to like oppress anyone in any way, shape, or form, the karma can be silly. Like, it doesn't have to be, you know, like serious or ugly, depending on how, like, what karma the energy feels like was the cause and effect, basically. So what they believe is your sentencing, I guess you could say. And the sentencing can be literally like you stub your toe. It could be literally like you have to cross a grandma across the street. Or it can be serious, you know, and you had to pay a $500 ticket because you got caught speeding or something like that. You know, the karma is very random. You know, it is all over the place, and it comes, you know, for everyone. But it is a cause and effect of what was essentially done. If you make a decision towards certain behaviors on how you're going to behave when you wake up, and, you know, it's outside of the normal routine, or it's different, after you know, the first thing that you have to battle is your subconscious mind. The second thing, you know, is external energies that, you know, want to restore balance on this world, you know. But that is where fate and willpower intersect and meet, you know. So a master is able to understand why certain fated events need to occur, or why they are synchronized, and respects that, and respects the will of, you know, higher energies or higher entities, while also respecting themselves in their place in this world, you know, and what they have mastered their skill in, whatever the case may be, right? and is now able to train other people and succeed in showing other people, you know, how to do what they do. So that is, you know, mastery work right there, because the ultimate goal is for everyone to be able to succeed, you know, for everyone to have like a fair, you know, chance. Unlike, you know, the disadvantages and unfairness of certain religions, contrary to popular belief, right? So anyway, that is what the collective needs to be made aware of. I feel like the channel is really so much like now focused on, you know, take care of declutter your current, you know, physical reality and pay attention to the influences that are around you, but don't let anyone take your stage. And also remember that you have your abilities. They were given to you for a reason. You earned them, and use them, you know, use them when you see fit, you know, and just understand that spirit is just monitoring or watching, you know, what are we creating or what are we wanting to do since we asked for this newfound freedom. And again, who's going to be given access to actually go through with that freedom? Who has earned the rights to that freedom? Who still needs to do more lesson work? Things like that. Okay, beautiful. So that is what the collective needs to know. So I am happy, grateful, and thankful to announce that. It's gonna feel like our lucky girl era, but I don't want to get that confused with, I don't want y'all feeling or thinking that this is going to be like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't believe in that. I believe that your opportunities will always come, but I do believe that you receive karma if you know, blew up your blessing right in your face. Or like, I don't believe the karma is super long. I believe that the karma is as long as you force it to be or create it to be with your distraction that is leading you further and further away from your most aligned timeline. But I know that there's a lot of practitioners that just don't believe in karma, or they like to mislead and make it seem like if you signed up to do something and you haven't fulfilled that promise, and you know magic, you know real magic and how to get real magic to turn on for you, you're going to fulfill your end of the bargain, because you expect what you're requesting, which is the candle work, what you're requesting to get, you know, done. You have to trust another, you know, energy that you cannot see, feel, smell, or hear until you train yourself to do all those things. And you're trusting them to essentially like take care of it for you. So you have to do a lot of prep work, a lot of protection work, you know, in place, and you're still taking a risk because you have no idea who the F answered that call on the other side. You just think you know, and because you haven't gone through proper training or whatever. So you have to overcome all that. You have to know with absolute, like not egotistical, but absolute certainty, real authentic certainty, non-egotistical or insecure, immature, you know, energy. Know that you're talking to a specific energy on the other side, and test them, you know, because they don't have a problem testing you. Unless it's an energy that, you know, unless it's an ancestor or something like that, like that's like a separate subject. But if it's like a spirit that, you know, you're inviting that you don't know anything about, that you're curious about, but you haven't really decided yet, can you put it outside?
Yes.
Actually, no. Hold on, y'all. BRB. continuing. Okay. Sorry about that. I am so ready for the lessons. I know, right? What's it called? Long story short, you know, spirit is really like trusting us and things like that. You know, all those that really did the work to connect to their divine feminine or to connect to their inner feminine, right? If not divine, right? Dark feminine, you know, because even if you connected to your dark feminine, it's okay. Because eventually that will lead you to where you're meant to go. So, with all that being stated, okay, Melly, you are up first. If you want to do a subscriber reading, do we have any subscribers on the chat? Hi, it's been a hot minute. My other job has had me running like a chicken without a head. But I am happy, grateful, and thankful that, you know, Venus is in the house. And also I'm happy, grateful, and thankful, you know, that I'm just here and awake and ready. But yeah. And if no one gets on the subscriber paid list, I'm gonna work some candles that I was supposed to do tonight. I'm gonna do some for me, bro. Yeah, just let me know when. And then, is there anyone else in the chat that's a subscriber that wants to get their subscriber queue in that hasn't done so? Oh! We can do it for Saturday night or for Sunday. Because that's when I'm off. Cause yeah, like I just can't in the week unless it can be recorded, then I can get it. But like Sunday afternoon is gonna be the best time, honestly. Or Monday. Monday I could do it in the AM. So yeah. But you can get your birthday read on the live if there's time. Like if not tonight, then if I go live another day, then before those days, then you can do it on the live as well. So yeah, that is an option. Also, hi. Okay. Yeah, just let me know. All right, until then, I'm gonna go ahead and work on candles. Let me go ahead and work on the next page. Hopefully things change. Just a channel song for me. What do I absolutely... Oh, of course. Okay, I got you. All right. Melly, current on my kindness is you can't fix current on my kindness is you can't fix current on my kindness you can't fix it. I connect with you. Emotional, spiritual, magical. Show me the truth, I'm stolen. Show me the truth, I'm stolen. Show me the truth, I'm stolen. No nasty energy attached, no nasty duties, and no nasty ancestors. Wrap your thanks to the gods and goddesses. Wrap your thanks to the vibrational beings. Wrap your thanks to the folk saints. Wrap your thanks for the truth and stolen clean connection or misdirection. Wrap your thanks to the ancestors and same alignment as you for that it's good for you. Wrap your thanks to our higher selves. 3, 2, 1. What do you absolutely need to know? you're gonna be a hot commodity. So, okay, so they're gonna be working on your alchemy, but you're gonna be a hot commodity. So make sure to be doing transmutations and uncrossings, because you're gonna have to still have that as part of your scheduled content, not content. If you want to do content on it, that's fine, but not content to protect yourself against, like, you know, vicious people or jealous people. But that's like just kind of a side factor. It's gonna be changing here in the next couple of weeks, you know, leading into June. Like, this won't be something that you have to do all the time anymore, okay? But, you know, just temporary protection, you know, because you're about to really take off, okay? I don't think they want you to do an oil just yet, because you need to work on your confidence, but they want you to do like a ritual to give your business like the attention it deserves, okay? So start with like a ritual with the herbs that you chose, okay? That's gonna be your first task, is getting attention and the clients, you know, to your business with the personal herbs that you know, linked with and things like that. That way it can be an irresistible business. Like, there's nothing wrong with your business being irresistible, okay? So like do like a professional irresistible, you know, my clients find me type of ritual, so that you can get so that you can start understanding why transmutation is important. And it will, yes, you'll attract the right clients and things like that, but you'll notice like everything that you attract, you know? Yeah. Anyway, so what's it called, your team is like, but you're about to be a real hot commodity, that you're going to feel like you're part of, like, the, you know, the Pussycat Dolls. I try not to say the word, but you know what, we're here now, so whatever, like, I just said it. That is like you're part of the band, okay? You're gonna feel, yeah, like you're gonna feel like a baddie. You're gonna feel very, very like baddie ass, right? And you're gonna be able to do your feminine things again, like do your nails, do your hair, you know, do your girly things, to maintain, you know, your image. Because you feel better about all that you've accomplished, it could also help you in a way, I would say, towards your confidence in healing your body. I know that that's like such a sensitive subject, but you've been like slowly healing, you know, and it's time for you to kind of like let go of this, like, you know, crippling energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you're not restrained and you're able to enjoy life again. So that's pretty much what they are wanting for you. Like, they want you to enjoy life. They want you to feel gorgeous. You know, they want you to do your girly things, whatever you feel like is self-love to you, for you to go do it again, because you haven't been able to express yourself in this way in a while. Like, yes, you manage, but you're always, yeah. So they're excited for you to kind of like splurge on yourself a little bit, right? And make sure like everything's good, and knowing, you know, that there's still more money, you know, there that will be replacing, you know, the money that you spent on yourself. Okay, so that is what Spirit has to say. Like, you're gonna be breaking free from feeling like you spending money is a bad thing. So that is like huge. Like, you're going to finally start to feel good when you spend money, because you're gonna trust yourself, and you're like your team is also saying, like, just pay attention to the highs and the lows. Like, how long does it take for you to get that Wheel of Fortune energy when it comes? Okay, is it shortening? If it's shortening, that's good. You know, keep trusting yourself. Of course. All right, that's what I got for you, girly. I stomach your team, I stomach your team, I stomach your team. I close the portal, close the portal, close the portal. I stomach the energy, stomach the energy, stomach the energy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and continue with these candles. I'm not sure if anyone is gonna be showing up, but I know that it's spring break this week, so I know because I have been doing toes. A bunch of toes. I did so many toes. I even, you know, I prepped my own toes. I didn't do the, of course. Hi, Goldie. I didn't do my own pedicure. Y'all, I have a lot to say, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have a lot to say, but I can't say it in public because I have no idea who's on the street. And I still have a job. But, what's it called? They are green. I'm gonna change them, but I did Mr. Mustache's man's pedicure, which was just like a cleanup. And I cut down my time, and I was happy because the only thing that matters at certain nail salons is time, getting in and out. And I've been, you know, I see the videos of them criticizing the nail techs that are trying to get them in and out, but I will say that it's not totally the nail tech's fault if they work in a chain or if they work, yeah, they're like going fast because they're being pushed to. Yes, you can. Hey, Angel. And yeah, that's it. I don't know. I'm like seeing the truth of the world right in front of me, and it's so weird to see because I understand where the client's coming from and I also understand where the nail tech's coming from, but I feel like there's a lot of nail techs that just don't talk about the insane work conditions that are requested of us from certain salon owners. But I do find it fascinating. I won't lie. I find it fascinating, and I feel like I'm an investigative journalist, and I don't know why I gave myself this role, but I feel like this is the role I gave myself so that I don't get attached to anyone or anything like that. So it's been very interesting, but I have a lot to say, but I won't say it here, but I'll say it on the Discord. That's just to give grace because I still work where I work. And again, there's a lot to say. There's a lot to say. There's a lot to say. Some good, some bad, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it. Yeah, you can. All right. So Goldie is next, and then Angel is after Goldie. And hi, hello. But I have to follow my numerology and my astrology, bro. Ain't nothing gonna freaking deter me from my success story. Hi. And yes, I knew what you meant, but it was like a sup Q. Like, you want a sup Q or what? You want to do a sup Q or a sopa Q. I was like, happy to finish my homework. Oh yeah. I saw you did a great job. You did the planetary correspondences. That is mastery work right there. What you did, that you can use that as a label if you ever, you know, sell herbs as well, by the way, Melly. Sup sounds cooler. You want a sup Q? Hi, Orem. 79, 73. You want a sup Q? Okay. Anyway, let's get so serious. All right, Goldie and then Angel. Let's go. I'll finish this in a bit. Yeah. Yes, it has a kick to it. Angel can go. Okay, I got you. That's fine. I don't know, dude. Just hear it sup. I don't know, bro. I'm like burned. Like my brain is fried, bro. Where is this Discord, broski? Alright. You know, with no context, that don't look right. Like, this don't look right, and then this don't look right. But it's my gloves and a pink candle. Ay. Okay, let me see what's going on over here. Ooh. Let's find out. All right. Angel, current on my kindness, current, you can't fix, current on my kindness, current, you can't fix, current on my kindness, current, you can't fix, I connect with you. Emotional, spiritual maps, emotional, spiritual maps, emotional, spiritual maps, go. Show me the truth and truth only, show me the truth and truth only, show me the truth and the truth only. No nasty energy attached, no nasty deities, and no nasty ancestors. Wrap your grip them to the gods and goddesses, wrap your grip them to the high vibrational beings, wrap your grip them to the folk sakes. Wrap your grip thankful for the truth and truth only, clean connection, no misdirection. Wrap your grip thankful to the ancestors in the same alignment as you, and for the highest good for you. And wrap your grip them to our higher self. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Colache cheese. You're being a weirdo. Like absolute weirdo. Alright. Interesting. What did this dream mean? Okay, well that's a big tell. It sounds like your ancestors are going to be working on some sort of stability, but okay, so this is related to the ancestral gifts. Do you know what color you were painting the area of the thing that you mentioned? What colors were you feeling or thinking, even though, or were there any colors mentioned? Because so basically what's happening with this is you're being balanced out. Like this is ancestral inheritance that's essentially occurring through you connecting with them, collaborating with them. You didn't decide yet. Was there any top 3 colors, or was there any colors that came to your mind? That'll tell me, you know, in what areas. Okay, we were talking about it, then I woke up. Okay, that's fine. I feel like they showed you yellow, green. Well, I heard green and I heard yellow. So I feel like they were showing you those colors, and I heard orange. So just kind of be aware of that. That tells me that this is like a perception in, oh, okay. No more sacrificing to the level that, you know, the two of you have in the past in order to obtain the same type of status, you know, or life that you know you're meant to lead. You know, these are your, you know, roots to this land, right? You have just as a right to, you know, own stability or land, you know, just as anyone else. So I feel like you ended a major contract with your within your generation, but I mean Melly helped you as well, right? Helped you end a generational poverty contract, where you're separate from your wealth, not because you weren't able to obtain wealth. You were able to obtain wealth, but it wouldn't last. And the reason was because you had the wrong people around you. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. And that's ending. You are realizing that, you know, what is just to give, what is just to take. You're also realizing you're letting go of you being like a cheapskate to others. So, okay, this is not me, this is your team, so just be aware of that. You're transmuting your own inner cheapskaterism. And this is like a good thing because it's going to what's it called? Wait, what? Yes, you can. All right. What's it called? All right. Continuing. All right. I was reading the comments. But I can't pick that up right now. I'll pick that up in a bit. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Okay. You are going to be stepping into more of an internal authoritarian, yes, more of an authoritative position. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. You're also, so you're not going to be like really, you know, worried or concerned about finances the way that you used to be. You're transmuting how you react to your environment, because now you know that you are taken care of in a way that you know, 90% of people haven't tapped into. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. So your team is letting you know that your willpower, your efforts, like this is going to be something that you're going to be embodying, and you're going to be exuding this energy. So while Melly's going to be, you know, feeling like a baddie, you'll feel like on top of the world again, but you won't make the same mistake. So you don't want to let your ego get to you. So I feel like for you, you're gonna be keeping your ego and Melly's ego in check. So you'll be more of like the security. Like you are going to show your strength, you know, your spiritual strength, your mental strength, your wisdom strength is going to be coming out to keep you both in line, because of how you have seen how hard the both of you are working towards this and have worked for this, and you don't want her or you to like lose it, basically. So you're earning the rights, you know, that you're earning because you've been helping her with things, and you know that it requires a very specific life of truth to live. So you have to leave your past tendencies behind, and you are seeing all of your past tendencies and you're facing them. Good job, Angel. You're facing them. You're not running from them, hiding from them, making excuses for them, arguing yourself out of it, angry to the point where you can't even blink or walk or talk, or you know, make rash decisions. You're realizing that you are getting control of all of these versions of you, and you like the peace. Like, you know that you're gonna be going towards peace, or like a specific type of peace, because there's, you know, that now the enemies away outside of your family are so overcrowded. There's a serious lesson that you learned here. You did some serious growth. The immaturity that was there, not that you were actually immature, but like you leveled up your soul in a way, you know, because like Aries and Tauruses are like the babies of the zodiac, right? But you're not just a Taurus, because you have rising, you know, inside of your soul, and also it's creation magic. That's why it's like there's so much to be able to create with, but it's uncontrolled. It can get uncontrolled and chaotic because of the level of emotions that can be felt. Okay, So just kind of be aware of that. So I have let a lot of my past go before me and my wife met. Yes. But you're also letting go of like the emotions of that. You're letting go, you're reflecting, you're not just letting it go. You're like, what did I learn from these instances? You're no longer looking at them with judgment or disdain or looking down on or crinkling your nose or sad even. You know, you're not looking at it sad or angry or in pain anymore. You're looking at more reflective. Like, okay, I don't need to be mad about this anymore. I can let this go. You're understanding why it's important. How living a lifestyle that was foreign to you, how much more prosperity it has brought to you, you know, doing what they said not to do, and how much easier life can be with it. The very thing that you were taught to run away from and that you shouldn't nurture is the very thing that is nurturing and getting you out of the positions that you're in right now and leading you towards the right positions that the both of you deserve to be in to eventually go to these respected positions, if you will, right, in your local community. And so and that is essentially what this means for you. Like this foundation, this house, this isn't like small level things. This is heavy, not just your burden to bear, but something that, you know, that has been going on in your life, in your family's generational life, if you will, energy, synergy, right? The for generations. Like you broke a cycle in the men in your family that has been a reoccurring theme, you know, by the mothers that raise their children and the fathers that raise their children, you know, and you broke it. Like it's broken, like it's done, it's finito, like yeah. A little bit it has to do with your age, but a lot of it has to do with your spiritual wisdom that you have taken serious. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And so with that, like, this is why assets are going to be coming your way. That can be in the form of a house, literally, cars, but stress-free life. Like, you'll be able to afford her lifestyle again, and your lifestyle. If you have that favorite cream, that favorite food, that favorite restaurant that you all love to go to, or that favorite rental, you know, these are things that you're going to be attracting here, you know, pretty soon. Okay? Well, within this year, pretty soon. Okay? So that is what they have to say. That this dream is an indication of. And you anchored. So both of you have anchored into this reality. Alright. I stomach your team, I stomach your team, I stomach your team. I close the portal, close the portal, close the portal. I stomach the energy, stomach the energy, stomach the energy. Beautiful. Alright. Let's go ahead and move forward to Goldie. Okay, I got you. I send my call divine tunes and I close the portals and I call for Goldie, Goldie, Goldie. Current on my current, current, you can fix, current on my current, current, you can fix, current on my current, you can fix, I connect with you. Emotional, spiritual, mental, emotional, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. Show me the truth and stolen, show me the truth and stolen, show me the truth and stolen. No nasty energy attached, no nasty deities, and no nasty ancestors. Wipe your thanks to the gods and goddesses, wipe your thanks to the high vibrational beings. Wipe your thankful to the folk saints. Wipe your thankful for the truth and stolen clean connection, no misdirection. Wipe your thankful to the ancestors and same alignment for that is good for you. Wipe your thankful to our higher selves. Of course. What do you generally need to know for this week? What do you generally need to know for this week? What do you generally need to know for the week? The truth. And the truth only. 3, 2, 1. You're gonna be stalked. Yeah, you have a stalker. But you also have, I feel like all this stalking energy you're going to transmute into something useful, like into you kind of going towards your destiny, going towards your goals, okay, and going towards success, okay. I feel like you're going to be networking as well, or talking to people, you know. I feel like you might get conversations, closing conversations or closure conversations and things of that sort, okay, so just kind of be aware of that. But you're going to be succeeding a lot this week. Things related to your career are going to be happening as well. We have a lot of transmutation magic that's going to be coming through. Your personal power is going to be exuding finally this week. Today was kind of the last day. Tomorrow magic turns on, you know, as you all know. Magic turned on since March 11th, but, you know, now magic is all the way on now that March 16th is here because the portal is closed. But so we just don't have that, you know, solar and lunar eclipse energy, but we have a new moon that's going to be coming around soon. So, you know, magic is back on. So, you know what I'm saying? So your team is asking or requesting, I feel like the team, it might be collectively asking us for all of us to go protect our bag, or to go towards our destiny, or to transmute whatever distraction energy is coming our way, which this is distraction energy, side note, okay? This lover's energy, or stalking energy, is distraction energy, to transmute it into money, okay? So just kind of be aware of that. So there's something going on with this, but it's time for you to transmute that. Like, people, you know, can know where you're at, but they can know where you're at, you know, on YouTube, or they can know where you're at on your stories or whatever. Like, they don't have to know where you're at in person, you know. So just kind of be, no stalker, just regular stalker. Okay, but it's okay, because that's gonna lead to some, like, finances. So if you're posting, keep posting more, okay? Let them stalk you, it's fine. This person, you know, stalking you, that's not like it. Let it happen. Or these people, just let it happen, okay? So just be aware of that, like, damn. But it's gonna be leading you to some random networking, okay? But this isn't just one person. This is like a collective of people that are looking at you, and that some of them are gonna want to work with you. So just be aware of that. All right, but that's what we have with Man Down by Rihanna, okay? And then the next question. Oh wow, I didn't read it and now I'm laughing. All right. Current time, my goodness, current energy can fix. Current time, my goodness, current energy can fix. Current time, my goodness, current energy can fix. I connect with you. Emotional, spiritual, man, physical, emotional, spiritual, man, physical, emotional, spiritual, man, physical. Show me the truth and score. Show me the truth and score. Show me the truth and score. No nasty energy attaching, no nasty deities, and no nasty ancestors. Why bring of them to the gods and goddesses? Why bring of them to the high vibrational beings? Why bring of them to the folk saints? Why bring of them for the truth and stolen clean connection, no misdirection? Why bring of them to the ancestors in the same alignment as you, for that is good for you? Why bring of them to our higher selves? Why does this person behave this way towards you when you do these things? So this is your stalker, wants to talk to you. This is the only way that they can talk to you or feel like but they need to sacrifice their ego to do that. They need to sacrifice their pride to do that. This is a hidden enemy, so just kind of be aware of that. We do have the 12th house, but they are wanting to wave the white flag, okay? So just kind of be aware of that. They're studying you, so this is like very interesting energy, okay? Like, there's some sort of obsessive energy, some sort of illusionary energy is happening here, okay? So just kind of be aware of that. Fantasizing type vibe. They want to take action, okay? They want to, like, basically, like, they want to come in hot-headed, you know, I'm not even gonna lie, like very insanely hot-headed, so just kind of be aware of that. And try to be a little bit in your face, as much as possible. So this is the only way that they know how. I feel like this is pettiness, like, they're just like, well, how do you like it? Like, because you did it to them, like, you showed up where they were at, but didn't say anything, so now they're just, like, returning the energy. So this is just pretty much petty, bro. This is, like, petty, but they're glad. On the side note, this person is very happy, relieved, you know, and grateful to see you, and they do, you know, listen to you as you kind of like a podcast, because your voice still sounds soothing, or like whatever people are saying still sounds soothing, if you do not talk, because I know you have like different types of lives and whatnot. So yeah, so just be aware of that. Interesting. Oh, and they are waiting to say the right thing. They're waiting. They want to wait. They want to milk this as much as possible. So just be aware of that. Like, they will be showing up as much as possible. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. I don't know what that's about, but I mean, I do know what that's about, but yeah. Okay. So just kind of be aware of that. Beautiful. All right. Let me go ahead and ping Ginger. All right. Of course. Boy, you got it. Hi. What's our question? I send my call to divine teams and I close the portals and I call for Ginger. Current time, my kindness is your current energy, can freak, current time, my kindness is your current energy, can freak, current time, my current is your current energy, can freak, so I connect with you. Emotional, spiritual, manifest, emotional, spiritual, manifest, emotional, spiritual, manifest, show me the truth and story, show me the truth and story, show me the truth and story. Alright, no nasty energy attached, no nasty deities, and no nasty ancestors. Wipe gift them to the gods and goddesses, wipe gift them to the high vibrational beings. Wipe gift them to the folk saints, wipe gift them for the truth and stolen clean connection, no misdirection. Wipe gift them to the ancestors in the same alignment, for that is good for you. Wipe gift them to our higher selves. Alright. I'm gonna probably do a communication blockage removal, because all the other work is done. And so, but I thank you for updating me. So we'll just do like a, I think he's in the States, but I don't know because I haven't talked to him since October. Okay. I'll do a communication blockage removal. I think that that's gonna be the last thing to do. But let's find out what's going on. Alright, what's going on with it? Let me go ahead and call in Andrew. Current time, current energy, can fix, current time, current energy, can fix, current time, current energy, can fix. They are connected to you. Emotional, spiritual, magical, emotional, spiritual, magical. Show me the truth and story, show me the truth and story, show me the truth and story. No nasty energy attached, no nasty deities, and no nasty ancestors. Wipe it them to the gods and goddesses. Wipe it them to the high vibrational beings. Wipe it them for the truth and truth only clean connection, no misdirection. Wipe it them to the ancestors in the same alignment. You feel that is good for you. Wipe it them to our higher selves. Alright. Andrew, what's going on with you? Why haven't you reached out to Ginger? Three, two, one. So he's going through some sort of healing. I feel like he could be in the States. So this is what they're saying right now. He's weighing out the pros and cons of reaching out. As we speak, he's weighing out the pros and cons, so he's acting transactional, okay? A little bit. And he's wondering if it will lead to, you know, the two of you becoming intimate, because he misses you in a lot of ways, especially sexually. So just be aware of that, okay? And then there's he's also, the reason why he's weighing out the pros and cons is because he wonders if you've already moved on. He's not sure. So this is him admitting that he feels he made an assumption all the way up to now that he's or coming to the States or here already, right? But now that he's here, he can't be for certain. Now he's questioning if what he thought he knew is even true. Okay, he's like 50-50. So there's like a part of him that's like wondering, like at first he wanted to see if he would catch you, like, and that's what was talked about last week, catching you if you were in a date with someone else. But now he's regretting, you know, feeling that way, and now he just is wanting or wondering if he should, you know, say something to you, because we have the communication card. Like, I can feel him, you know, weighing out the pros. So this is telling me, like, you know, he wants to tell you what's on his mind. He wants to hear what's on your mind. And, you know, he's wondering if he's very afraid of being rejected. So he's being patient. Okay. He's being patient, but he, like, Venus is helping us out. Like, you know, Aphrodite's helping us out. Aphrodite's still, you know, helping. And it's essentially like for him to kind of like, how do I say, like grow a pair, bro, like get some cajones, like stop being afraid, I guess you could say, like reach out, you know, basically, because it's like I can feel that he wants to, but then it's like he chickens out, or he makes excuses, or he goes into his depression or his terrible assumptions. But now that he's, you know, here, he's like, well, I'm making assumptions. What if it's not even true? And then there's like this other voice in his head that's like, well, we should go find out. But then he's like, that's rude and that's evil. Like, why would I find? That's toxic. Like, what am I doing? Like, we're not even together. And it's like, okay, but it feels like we're together. And it's like, you know, so he's going round and around in his mind. But all of this is leading to him, you know, finally not just thinking it in his mind, but freaking like getting off of his, you know, butt cheeks, off the couch, right? Out of the fear and face it and just and send you, you know, hey, or something like that, like hello, okay, how you doing, or hey, I'm home, or hey, where are you at or something, okay? With Mercury, this feels like it's soon. It's just like, but I'm gonna push it. Like, I'm sorry. I don't, like, he has like a few days here, so I don't really want to like waste any time, so I'll push it. I'm gonna just push it, yeah, because how can this, I just, like, it amazes me sometimes how people will be on the brink and they know that it's time to listen to their heart, and then they just don't do it. And it's like, okay. Anyways, so we're still getting really good cards, okay, but I'm gonna push it, so yeah. But that's what's going on with him, because I mean, I know you asked for general, but I just wanted to ask the question you really wanted to know, which was why hasn't he reached out? Because I want to know too. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on, but we'll push it and let's see what we can, you know, get in the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay? Yeah. If you want to. I'm offering it to you because he's pissing me off. But thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, I need him to be that man too. Like, the world needs him to be that man. And grow, mature. So yeah. All right. Beautiful. Anyways, okay, continuing. All right. Let me go ahead and do the candles now. Speaking of, okay. I got a really good feeling about this. Lately I've been manifesting, setting good intentions. Okay. What in the world? Okay, I'm gonna get to like super work with that. I just want you to... Okay. I'm gonna, we're gonna freaking get this dude, like, bro, for real. I'm tired of it. Putting out the big guns. Alright, let's see. We're gonna open the roads. Let's freaking do it, bro. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna add some pinche coffee too, because I'm tired of this shit, bro. We're not playing around. We're not playing around no more. I mean, we weren't, but we're super not around. We were never playing around, but we're super not now. Alright. Of course. Okay. Okay. We're opening all the damn roads. I don't care. I'm gonna freaking print out this photo. I don't care. Like, we're doing it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Basta. Where is my incense? Invasion. Gonna do some of that one and this one. That's fine. Okay. Alright, cool. You know what? What do you mean? My consciousness in the sixth dimension. I'm not playing around, bro. Piss me off. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. This will be real. I don't know how it feels. Hey. Love me. La, 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 la. I love it when you touch me, touch me. your mind and take it easy. And take it easy. And take it easy. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Let it go. Are you responsible? I really need somebody. Somebody. All right. Okay. Cause I really need somebody. Somehow I got somebody. Okay. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's see. Okay. 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 Beautiful. You being rude tonight, not about the moon. Okay. About you, about the moon. All right. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Yes. Okay. 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 Feeling ethereal. Feminine energy. Feeling ethereal. Feeling the divine feminine energy. Feeling ethereal. All right. What you did, yeah, you know I love you, but I come again. You could tell me stay, but I got to go, 'cause But I have to go, 'cause someone to stay. If I let them know what you did, yeah, you know I love them, but I have to. You could tell me stay, but I have to go, 'cause I would not expect someone to stay around if I let them down. I did this, I'm so down. Oh, I won't excuse it. I know how to go down. Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. This beat is automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. Alright. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Alright. And we're just gonna fit it somewhere. Bam, bada, bum, ba, boom, ba, boom, boom. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. Alright.
Wash my hands real quick.
Huh? Oh, okay, yeah. What happened? Huh?
I'm getting my phone.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna call this the tiny mighty ritual. Tiny mighty ritual! I have no idea why, but I'm being told to draw a trident, so I'm gonna do that, bro. Here we go. Here we go! Okay. Okay. Bam. Okay. We're gonna put saffron. If you have a partner that loves and adores you, but has a lot of healing SHI stuff to do, you can speed up the process, I guess, if you will, by transmuting all that energy, that ghosting energy, or if there was probably like a crossing that happened. Crossings are very common, so yeah. Anyway, and I consider the astrology of, you know, of who it is, bro. Okay. All right, now let's get into the nitty gritty. That was just the ground based work, because again, we're not working this as regular candles. We're working this as a ritual, and I'll explain why in a minute. All right. So I'm going to be using our beautiful, amazing, almost done, gonna graduate, Melly. She's been ordained, you know, to energetically a high priestess. She sent me her oils, and I have been testing them, and I have been loving them. I tweaked them, and I've been giving her, you know, we've been talking left and right. So yeah, so we're gonna be using Melly's oils. Okay. I had the 4 herbs I linked to sitting in a little jar next to it. Hey, hex yeah, I love it. I love it. So her bestseller is probably going to be this one, the Healing Transmutation Past Trauma. So this one works amazing. Different people work, it'll work differently for different people. I was able to activate its original purpose, which is to transmute and help out mental health, but from past trauma, like in the past, right? But for some people, it actually ended up, they reported almost kind of receiving like a Reiki experience and transmuting their pain, essentially, right? And it was for physical pain, and I was like, okay, interesting. So I was able to get it to work. It took a while to activate that version of it, but if you link to it, the oil correctly, or if you consecrate with the oil, or if you just connect yourself to the oil, or you do a linking process, or you do an invitation, you know, you'll be able to unlock different things, okay? Just as a heads up, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and use this because there's a very interesting situation that's happening with this particular situation, especially as it pertains to, you know, insane events and whatnot. And we're gonna be healing and transmuting all that. Then we want to grab our manifestation oil, and we want to create, or you can use fertility oil or creation oil. Something that essentially is like the start of something. You could even use like Aries, you could use Taurus. Well, Taurus is fixed, but you could use Taurus because it's still like a baby. And then I'm gonna grab I ended up being able to scrape some of my oil, so we're gonna add in some of my oil to kind of like solidify the process. You also want to grab Florida water to reverse and remove any bad luck, okay? This is like a fail-safe for you and your client. Very, 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 very important. You could do a lot with just Florida water. You could do protection with just Florida water. I love Florida water. I grabbed this kind because it works. There's going to be practitioners that say that this is not the real kind. That's fine. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. I also have a recipe to one, you know, that is Santa based. So it's fine. Everyone has their closed practice recipes, open practice recipes, and kind of gray area practice recipes. You use the recipe that you see best. This one works fine, you know, but if you don't believe it's gonna work, then it's not gonna work. This is a love ritual that we're doing, so we want to add in some self-love oil because both participants need to heal, you know, and transmute, and really like kind of like bring themselves into each other. But because of the special situation, we're going to remove any bad juju that, you know, was there, essentially. Okay, yeah. And we're gonna transmute that energy to kind of work in our favor instead of, you know, have it continue to hurt us. Now we want to add some ginger because this is a mental ritual, okay? Very mental. All right. This is gonna help the person, you know, kind of wake up. Let's go. Come on, vamos. You can add honey. What? I'm sorry. Well, not honey. My bad. You can add coffee. Where the heck did I put it? Here it is. As long as it's coffee, it'll work. Doesn't matter what brand of coffee it is. That is a personal choice on what coffee you decide to use. You can also grab the herbs of if any of it spills out, you can use that as a pre-offering, okay? So just kind of be aware of that. So yeah. All right. Beautiful. We want to protect, and we are doing transmutation, so of course we're gonna grab some cloves. We're doing more removal than we are receiving. But for transmutation, 1 clove up, 1 clove down, 1 clove up, 1 clove down, 1 clove up, 1 clove down. In this case, we're gonna do a little bit more ups than downs. But just by like a little bit. You don't have to be this analog. I just am. I am very, very clear with the spirits because some people, it's in their charts where they don't have to be detailed. They could just think it and it'll create itself. But I have access to information that I was entrusted with, and I'm not the only one. There's a collective of people like that, and it works more efficiently when you work in the key, like the programming, I'll say, I guess you could say. It's just better if it when that's just done. I mean, I won't lie. So yeah. It's very, very detailed. But I know that these details are going to replace themselves here pretty soon. So that's good. But you connect to your ritual how you see best fit. While you're connecting, make sure you're envisioning you or your client or whoever that's for the outcome and the journey on how they're going to get there. Be as detailed in your mind as you are, or speak it. I am a word person, so I spoke it, and then that helps me with the visual. So yeah, okay, to each their own. Okay, and I know I just made this nice and pretty and beautiful, but we're gonna cagarlo right now because we're gonna add in some water and some Florida water. All that matters is the intention. If you're gonna use moon water, use new moon water or gibbous, okay? All right, now the energy is kind of synergetically all over the bowl. So these intentions that have been preset as we were, creating it is now something that is living and breathing now. We added the element of water that turns this from a candle ritual to a ritual, just like a basic ritual. Basic, tiny, mighty, powerful, ritual. And yeah, grab your symbols of choice. I'm grabbing mine now. And you can use the same water to amplify the energy of any candles that you're going to be using. Oh my God. Okay, you can either place it in the water or you can place it underneath or whatever you so choose. Okay, let me see. Now I'm going to take the extra measure of tell you something. But this is because I'm trying to really prove a point here, bro. Thank you. Okay. 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 All right. Bruh. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so print out the photo, okay? It helps connect to the synergy. Anyway. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now that that's done, you put it in the water. And you can light them up, but I'm gonna add a little more herbs, bro. You can also add seashells to the water as well, bro. Alright, vertical. Okay. You can add rue. Catnip so that it sticks. You hear? That's a moonlight and sage tip, not a me tip. Moonlight and sage all the way. But she is right. Okay. You could add honey if you want. Not needed. Star anise seeds, faux show. Faux show. Okay. At least 3 in the cup and the rest outside. You can add 5, 7, and 13. I'm gonna add 13. Perfect. If you need to cloak yourself, do some transmutation. Poppy seeds. Poppy seeds, bro. Oh, this is not my box. But I'm treating... I thought this was my box. Where's my box?
Right there. The bottom shelf.
Okay. I was like, where are all the other herbs? I guess we're adding all these too. Alright, cool. Ooh! You can add some honeysuckle. Hex. Yeah, just a little bit. They're gonna go a little crazy. Don't put too much. Just a little bit. You know. Less is more with the honeysuckle. Alright. I feel like that one's self-explanatory. Poppy seeds. And I'm gonna add in my creation herb. The one and only, known like any other. Minoa. Wrong bag, bro. Minoa. You can also add calendula. But I just love Minoa. I love Minoa so much. I'm taking the extra measures too. Like, I am not playing around, bro. F no. I'm not playing around. I'm not playing around. I'm not playing around. Alright. Skullcap is to help aid in the solidification of the transmutation. Why did a picture of an amethyst show up?
I did pull the amethyst in that one on the floor.
You know what? Let's whip her out. She wants to be shown. Let's add some ametrine. Let's amplify, amplify, amplify. Okay. And you could do like a whole other cup, like hello. You could also do yo candles, hello. You could scoopity scoop scoop, you know, and like line it, you know, and then get your candle work in. Once you set your foundation and your base, any workings that you have related to this can, you know, be used, right? Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. Anyways, but this is ready for the good of all with harm to none. Thank you. Thank you, Aphrodite. Thank you, Santissima. Thank you, higher self, and thank you, ancestors. In my highest good. Thank you, Hecate. And thank you, planetary energies. Damn. I feel a little evil in a good way. I left no stone unturned, so I hear this song like, okay, yeah, it's game on, bro. Go! I'm gonna run to the restroom, y'all. BRB. Watch the fancy little flashes of light. Okay, why does it look like a torpedo? Like, damn, bro. It looks like a crayon, too. I won't lie. Okay, bro. Damn. Now it looks like it's my birthday. And I'll cry if I want to. Alright. I always self-hate. Moving on to my time. Follow my faith. How to live life. Okay, why are they leaning? Call for my ancestors. We're healing every night and day. They see it. Are we dancing together? It's my ear. Alright. Anyway. Okay. Well, let's see. If I don't move or breathe. They're going that way towards the west. Or at least the willpower is The fan's off. I'm breathing this way. It's from spiritual to mental, from spiritual to mental, from spiritual to mental. I'm like, okay. Are they pointing up? Damn, to physical. Physical. Okay. All right. Hi. I am working candles right now. Yours is next. So you right on time. Where the heck did I put it? Can you pass me? Pass me. No, the bag. What the freak?
Who, me?
Yeah, you, dude.
Be careful with your hair.
I'ma try, bro. Oh, shoot. So this is in the same theme. So we're just gonna pull from the lovely watery energy. This is in the same theme as well. Actually, this one's in the same thing. Let me put my hair up. This is in a separate theme. Totally separate. Alright, broski hosty. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Awesome. Whoa.
Just stand fire.
No, just get a pot. Well, it was in the candle section, bro. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, then you should.
That was a no.
Turn it off.
Damn. It's okay. It was a breakthrough candle. That's what I'm talking about. And we got the breakthrough. Alright.
I'm trying to fit.
Mm-hmm. What?
It broke like right after I asked. So like, use the big one.
Huh?
This one.
I'm gonna. This is how
Oh,
it's
okay.
kind
It's because I don't think this is like see the color. I think it's something different, but this is glass.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. It was funny though. I needed a breakthrough, and that was a breakthrough ritual. Okay, we're almost done. Okay. Done. Okay. Girl, I've got the best. I got a question for you. It's time to love for. Go get that technique, girl. You got it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfecto. This is done. Finito. Perfecto. Bravosísimo. Alright, cool. Beautiful. Okay. Gorgeous, beautiful, amazing. Okay. What? It's gotta be done, Nick. It has to be done. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Yeah. All right. Beautiful. No, I don't want your number. I don't want to give you. Best friends, right? Trying to I don't wanna give you my time. I don't wanna give you my don't want none of your time. I don't want no girl. Get no love from you. Hanging in the passenger side of his best friend's ride. Try to hold it up. Okay, we got it. All right, so we're almost done. Yes, we are. And just a little bit. Bro, I need more Florida one.
You say you need more photo?
Florida water. Photo. Alright, Julio. Now add calendula. You see, that's what we want to hear. I love the channel songs that are coming out for her candle. La 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 la. Alright. Beautiful. Where is my... No. 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 Where are you? Bruh. Aha, I recognize the reddish tints anywhere. Okay. Almost forgot one thing. All right. Done. In the water. Connect. All right. And that's it. This is done because this was a road opener, so we're going to be seeing some results for that soon, and blockage remover. That's okay. My fans on this beautiful candle's going to be going up to the candles. No, it's fine.
You sure?
Well, it's going to go where the candles go. There. All right. Okay. We'll put her back. All right. Awesome. All right. Now I'm gonna just do my basic, not basic, but my stuff. Orders fulfilled, but I need some motivation, y'all. I need some energy myself and whatnot. Damn, bro. That was like a whole stack. I just realized. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing. I'll prep that one, but I'll actually turn it on mañana because I want to sleep. I don't want to be worried about sleeping, bro. I'm like realizing that right now, bro. No, bro. All right, cool. I already did this. Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. But this one I can do. When you are facing like toxic, like ass demon people, like evil people, you know, do a self-love candle on yourself. It takes the edge off, okay? Or an anti-anxiety. It takes the edge off. Because man, bro, I swear, people be acting crazy when they want to. And it be happening. We have enemies everywhere, like, you know, different astrologies to different enemies or whatever. Concentrating. So for me, I can develop enemies at work. But other people's, it could be like enemies in relationships or whatever the case may be, right? Like it depends on what's going on in your chart and your rising sign and all that. Your Venus, what's going on with your 7th house, what afflictions do you have, aspects you have, like there's a whole blah, 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 right? So anyway, for me it's there. And I was like, no way, bro. I think I'm actually gonna take off the paper. It worked well for Hannah's candle, but for mine, it's like not wanting to write, which is fine. It's a-okay. Round 2. Okay. All right. Perfect. Awesome. Amazing. Done. I'm doing a self-love transmutation. Like a get paid for the hate. Oil, candle, vibration type stuff. Like if you get opposed at work a lot, this will be really good. You can return shadow work to them, and you can get paid for the hate that's given to you. And it'll be random, like, transactions, you know, coming through. That Florida water is going to be very needed in this, but it is a candle, so yeah. Yes. I have to finish the ones I was gonna do for myself. The rest of them tomorrow, but at least we got the self-love one. Okay. beautiful. Yeah, it's fine. All right. Beautiful. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And done. Aria. We did it! Yeah, make a little more room. Done. Alright. There. Alright, this is going to be on. Thank y'all for coming. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, if I can.